all know plants give us food that nourish us, but many can also help in different ways too. Natalie Hammerquist is the author of the new book, Medicinal Plants of the Northwest, and she joins us now to highlight some of the flora of the PNW that we should know more about. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Your book is really cool. It's almost like a field journal. Tell us what sets it apart from other foraging books.
Well, there's really good ID pictures, and one of the reasons I decided to write it is because I wanted to really help folks really get to see what the leaves are like, and there's actually even lookalikes.
Okay. Oh, so you can show, here, this is cool. So you see what like it should look like and what it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's also recipes for, so there's 35 plants in here, and for each one has a recipe on how to make medicinal remedies with that plant.
Okay, and so if you find the wrong plant, I think it can be dangerous, or it can just taste bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's actually also some poisonous plants in the back, so people don't do those.
So don't poison yourself. That's very helpful.
Yourself.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. There's a lot of buzz, I guess you could say, about foraging right now. But I want to make sure that people aren't like walking out and ripping plants out of the ground. How can we do foraging in a sustainable way?
So it's a really good place to just start with your yard or your neighbor's yards, assuming you get permission.
Right.
And this is actually a good plant to talk about that. This is plantain, which we can talk about more later.
Okay.
But you can actually use the leaves for like burns and rashes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you make an oil.
Okay.
And this probably is growing in most of your yards or somewhere in your neighborhood.
Okay.
And it's also a weed. It's a non-native species. So
it's a non-native species. Okay, so it's actually good to kind of take them out. Okay.
Yeah, and it's really abundant. So that's kind of the first bit of advice I have for folks is focusing on what's super abundant and even non-native or even invasive species.
Okay, cool. All right. And you have some other plants that you brought along here today.
I do.
Okay, and we have lots of evergreens.
Yes. So this is Douglas fir, which is a name a lot of people will recognize.
Yes.
And this time of year is actually the season to harvest it, which is why I brought it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got these bright green tips. You can kind of see the color difference.
Oh, and they're so soft.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And
it's
here,
the baby
grab
tips.
one. So this is what you harvest, the tip right here.
All right.
And if you kind of squish it a little bit, you can smell it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I've never felt a pine bough so soft.
Yeah, it's the new growth just doesn't have as much fiber, so that's why this also isn't as astringent.
Okay.
If you were to use the old needles, it'd be really astringent and kind of gross.
Yeah.
But the new ones are like nice and sweet.
And so what do you make out of this?
So this is actually a really good mocktail ingredient.
Mocktail ingredient,
It is also medicinal. I mean, you can put it in cocktails too. I'm a non-drinker, so I do mocktails.
No, mocktail it down.
Yeah. So Douglas fir has kind of a lemony, citrusy note, and you could make syrup out of it, like a simple syrup.
Really?
Yeah, and you can make tea out of it. But it also is medicinal. It has a lot of vitamin C.
Yeah.
And then it also kind of helps lung health in that it's an expectorant, and it also kind of like can discourage bacterial infections in the lungs. So you could drink it while you're sick.
Wow, okay, this is cool. I can't stop touching it. I've never felt it so soft.
Yeah, I know, it's nice.
I know, it's so lovely. Oh, okay. All right, what else do we have? What is this guy here?
So a lot of people will recognize this.
Yeah.
And some gardeners may look at this and be like, that's useful. Oh my gosh. This is horsetail. It's really hard to get rid of in your garden, so might as well use it, right?
Yeah.
And where it grows all over the place. It's a really ancient plant, and so it's actually, you can actually hear this. Let's put it on my microphone. I don't know if folks can hear the squish.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of silica in it, which helps us uptake calcium.
Ah.
So it's really good for minerals. So this is like the hair, teeth, and nails plant.
Hair, teeth, and nails plant. Hair plant, horsetail, hair plant. Okay, and what do you do with it?
Exactly. So you want to dry it first because some plants have something you need to do to kind of make it not toxic. So you wouldn't want to just eat this because there's some kind of toxin in it that's not good for us.
Okay.
So we dry it first, and then we want to make a tea.
Okay.
And we can drink the tea, and we can even do like a hair rinse, and we can even dip your nails in the tea, and it strengthens your nails. Yeah, they have like top coats for like natural top coats that have horsetail in them.
Okay.
But you can just make it yourself.
All right, if my neighbors have any of these, don't mind me if I'm just ripping this out of your...
Yeah, ask your neighbors for permission first.
Yes, my children do not, but I make them. And then we have this kind of another evergreen here. Which is this? What is this?
So this is western red cedar. It's very floppy. And this grows all over the west side of Washington. So a lot of you probably recognize this from hiking and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is actually an antifungal. So you can put it in oil as an antifungal, but it's also good for irritated skin and things like psoriasis. It's like people put it with other plants for like creams for psoriasis, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool. Okay, before I let you go, what is one bit of advice you have for people who are starting to study all these different medicinal plants?
I would say dive in.
Dive in.
You want to be safe, so like read all the safety stuff.
Get your book.
Yep.
Get her book.
My book has some advice for safety, but don't be afraid to make mistakes and like make tinctures and just see how things turn out and experiment on yourself. You know, try remedies, because a lot of these plants are super non-toxic, so it's, you know, it's not super high stakes. You can kind of drink a cup of tea and it works or it doesn't, and you get information.
Thank you so much for sharing all this with us this morning, for sharing your book. This is really cool. I'm very excited to dive in.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.